Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedAlliance, and today I'm going to be doing a deck profile of my Hieratics, but this time I'm adding a little bit of a tech card called Saffira, Queen of Dragons. It's a really interesting tech card, and I will explain it momentarily, but I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys to like, comment, and subscribe to this video, but let's get into it and see what I'm playing in it. So first off, we're going to play 3 copies of Saffira, Queen of Dragons. Saffira is a really interesting card. Its effect is that when it's ritual summoned to the field at the end phase, or the turn when a light monster is sent from your hand to the graveyard, um, you can draw 2 cards at the end phase, and discard 1 card, or you can send 1 card from your opponent's hand at random to the graveyard, which is super cool. But then we are playing 3 copies of Hieratic Dragon of Su. Now, all the Hieratic Dragons have the effect of, when they are tributed, which ritual summoning counts as tributing, you can special summon 1 normal dragon type monster from your deck or your hand or graveyard to your side of the field that has a level, I guess. So it's really nice because you get to special summon stuff for fodder to XYZ summon to make really interesting cards like your Hieratic Dragon King of Atum. And I have some interesting cards in this deck, so you're going to like it, trust me. But its effect is that you contribute a monster from your hand, which is usually going to be Hieratic, I believe. Let's see. I think it's Hieratic monsters. Let's see. You contribute 1 Hieratic monster, except this card, from your hand or your side of the field to target 1 spell or trap card your opponent controls and destroy that target, which is super nice. Then you play 3 copies of Hieratic Dragon of Tefnuit. Tefnuit is essentially the Cyber Dragon, and if it's tributed, you can do the same thing. That you can special summon a vanilla from your deck. 3 copies of Nebthet. I think that's how you say it, Nebthet. I don't know. Its effect is the same as Sue's, except it destroys a monster instead of a spell or trap. Here comes the really interesting one. ESET. ESET is really neat. ESET's effect is that when it's... how do I put this? You can normal summon ESET from your hand without tributing. When you normal summon ESET without tributing, you can target 1 normal dragon type monster you control, make all Hieratic monsters on your side of the field have the same level as that normal dragon. So it can make, like, let's say you have a Sue, a Tefnuit, and an ESET on the field, and let's say you have maybe, I don't know, Labradorite Dragon. You can make this a level 6, this a level 6, and this a level 6 to make 2 rank 6 plays in the same turn. And then we'll go into the vanillas. But that's it for the effect monsters. Well, actually, no, I got some more text behind this. So for the vanillas, we're playing 1 copy of Labradorite Dragon, which it counts as a tuner, so we can go into Tzolk'in in this deck, which is amazing. And I'm actually playing, and you guys are probably going to give me some problems about this, but I like rank 8s. So I'm playing 2 copies of Blue Eyes. It kind of just depends on what you want. Since they float so much, I play 2 Blue Eyes because let's just say I normal summon ESET, special summon Sue, and then activate Sue's effect, pop a back row, and then send Nebthet. I get to special summon 2 Blue Eyes to overlay into any rank 8 I want, which is super good. It's really good. And there's more utility to rank 8s than there is rank 6s, so that's why I'm playing the 2 Blue Eyes in the deck. It makes for a really big board when you make, let's say, Saffira, Hope Harboring, and, I don't know, Tzolk'in, and then set a card and get out Crystal Wing too. So it just makes a humongous board when you play Blue Eyes in this deck. I've always liked the rank 8 Hieratics over the rank 6s. If you've been with my channel long enough, you'll know that. Then for the other effect monsters that are kind of techs, 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. A Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon's effect is that you can banish a dragon type monster on your field to special summon it, and then once per turn you can special summon a dragon from your hand or graveyard with no tributes or nothing. You can just special summon it. Then, because there's so many lights, we play 2 copies of Honest, which is super nice. If you attack I mean, everybody knows what Honest does by now, but I'll tell you. You can, if your light monster is involved in battle, you can discard it to make it gain attack equal to the monster that's battling attack. So basically, Blue Eyes attacks into something, you're going to take 3,000 damage. Then, for my super spicy tech, I want you guys to guess. I want you to comment down below what you think I'm playing in this deck that's going to be super good And pause the video and tell me what it is. It's 3 monsters. They're all the same, and they're really, really good. And I'll explain why in just a second. So comment down below, tell me what you think I'm playing, and then come back. And don't forget to like and comment and subscribe, guys. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. 3 copies of Plague Spreader Zombie. Okay, now there's a reason for this. With Plague Spreader Zombie, let's say you have to draw off Saffira and you don't want to discard any of these, but you don't have a vanilla to discard off of. You discard your Plague Spreader, because then you can put one back on the top of the deck next turn, and then normal summon either Nebthet, Tefnuit, or Sue to your side of the field by tributing your Plague Spreader, or you can synchro summon with any of these to make a 8 if you can't get into the Tzolk'in. So it's a tribute fodder, and it's a what's the word for it? Synchro. It's a tuner. So that's the word I was looking for. It's a tuner. So it really helps out with those sorts of plays. But that's it for the monsters. I know, big monster count. Only 3 traps in the deck, so you know we're kind of moving along. So that's it for the monsters. Let's get into the spells. So first off, we're playing 3 copies of pre-preparation of rites. It lets you add a ritual spell and a ritual monster to your hand, which is really, really nice. It really helps out with consistency of this deck, because this deck can brick at times. Don't get me wrong, it can brick, but it's not that often. Out of like 10 games, I think I bricked once, which is not bad. And then I went on to play 10 more games and it bricked none. So it's like, it's on and off kind of thing, but it's not that often with all the searches and draws. Then we play 3 copies of Hieratic Seal of Convocation. It lets you add any Hieratic monster to your deck to your hand. So it's like reinforcements of the army, but for Hieratics. 1 copy of Upstart Goblin, because it lets you draw, and like I said, it can brick. So when you draw Upstart, it makes it a 39 card deck. 1 copy of Wingbeat of Giant Dragon, because Wingbeat of Giant Dragon, with all of these level 5 or higher dragons in the deck, you can just pull one back to your hand and then, you know, pop all those back row, which is super, super good. I mean, I think it pops, let me check, it's an old card. Destroy all spell and trap cards on the field, which is really nice by returning 1 dragon that's level 5 or higher to your hand, which is super easy to get out. You special summon Tefnuit, you pop them all, you special summon it again. Really easy. Then we play 2 copies of Mystical Space Typhoon. Like I said, I don't like to discard all that much in this deck, so I'm not playing Twin Twister. MST is enough with this deck, but if you want to play Twin Twister, just take these out. Put them in there. Then we play 3 of the Ritual Spell card that lets you go into Saffira, which when these are used for the tribute of this, you get to special summon out the vanillas on top of it, which is nice. Also, if a light monster is going to be destroyed on your side of the field, you can banish this card instead, which is super nice. If a ritual monster will be destroyed by battle or by card effect while this card is on the field, you can banish this card instead. So it's not light, it's actually a ritual monster, which so it protects Saffira, which is nice. And then that's it for these spells, guys. Let's really quickly get into the traps, and then we'll get into the extra deck. Moving right along. We only play 3 copies of Reckless Greed, because Reckless Greed just adds to the ability of the drawing. And with Tzolk'in, if you set one of these, you just are going to get to special summon a synchro. So that's why we're playing 3 copies of Reckless Greed. I've considered putting in Call of the Haunted in this deck instead, but it's just, it doesn't help enough that it makes a difference. So I didn't choose to play it. But if you want to test it out, go for it. Call the Honey would be my recommendation if you want to test something in this deck that's not Reckless Greed. But that's it for the main deck. Let's get into the extra deck, guys. So first off, we're going to play 1 copy of Hieratic Dragon, King of Atum. His effect is that you can detach a card from him to special summon 1 Dragon-type monster from your deck, but make its attack 0/0. Defense and attack 0/0. But he cannot attack the turn that you activate this effect. But the nice thing is that you can special summon out Red Eyes Darkness Metal, go from Red Eyes Darkness Metal to special summon a Blue Eyes or something from Grave, and then swing with that. Or you can overlay with Gaia Charger, which I'll show in a minute. Then we play 1 copy of Photon Strike Bouncer because it negates monster effects. I remember when this guy came out and he was like really expensive, but now he's really cheap. But you can detach a card from this, negate a monster effect that activates on the field, and then they burn them for 1,000, which is really, really nice. Um, and then we play one copy of Gaia Charger, because you overlay, after you activate a Tim's effect, you overlay with Gaia Charger, which is pretty much the big combo. Then for the rank 8s, we play one copy of number 23, Dark Knight, or Lancelot Dark Knight of the Underworld, which he is really, really good in this deck. When this card is XYZ summoned, it can attack your opponent, or while it has XYZ materials rather, it can attack your opponent directly for 2,000. So if you've already hit your opponent for some big stacks, you can burn them for 2,000 more, which is nice. When this card inflicts damage to your opponent, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls and destroy that target, which is nice. And once per turn, you can target once per turn during either player's turn, when a spell or trap or another monster effect is activated, detach one XYZ from this card and negate it. So if you're never playing against a big control deck, play this instead of one of your big beaters. So you can kind of stop your opponent from blowing up your board like with Raigeki and crap like that. It just stops that crap in its tracks. Then we play one copy of Hieratic Sun Dragon Overlord of Heliopolis. Now this card comes in really handy in this deck now, because you can detach one XYZ from this card, tribute monsters from your hand or your side of the field, equal to the number of cards you want to destroy on your opponent's side of the field, or on the field at all, I believe. And then that's it. So if you tribute like 3 Hieratics, you can special summon 3 Vanillas, which is super cool. Which lets you go into another rank 8 play or rank 6 play. Then we play one copy of Hope Harboring, which is usually your go-to card. Hope Harboring negates a spell once per turn. If a XYZ monster you control is destroyed, then it gains attack equal to that XYZ monster. And on top of that, if a monster on your side of the field gets targeted for an attack, then it can take the hit for it, which is super nice by changing the attack target, which is really nice. You can detach one XYZ from this card, change the attack target to this card, and perform damage calculation. So if your opponent doesn't know about that, which they should by now, it can do that. Then we play the Galaxy Eyes engine, which is one Tachyon Dragon, one copy of Cypher Dragon, if I can get it to lay down. Man, come on. One copy of Cypher Dragon, which just steals stuff. One copy of Full Armor Photon, which pops a monster and it's 4K beater. And then one number 95 Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon, which can thin the deck of the bricky Hieratic monsters, I guess, if you will. But at the same time, it can do some real damage with 4,000 attack and being able to attack multiple monsters. But that's it for the XYZs. So not too many synchros. We're playing one copy of Red Dragon Archfiend, or Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend, which is really, really good. You can, once per turn, destroy all special summon monsters on the field and then inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent for up to the number of XYZ, or special summon monsters destroyed by its effect, which is really, really nice. Then we play one copy of Crystal Wing. Yes, I'm still proxying it. Yes, I'm going to proxy until the Megating comes out. Everybody knows what this does by now, but it negates monster effects on the field, which is super nice, and then it gains attack equal to that monster's effect, or monster that is destroyed. Which is really nice. Void Ogre, if you don't have cards in your hand, you can negate one spell or trap per turn. Beals can't be destroyed by battle or by card effect. And then if you get burned for effect damage, he gains attack, or you take any sort of damage, and he gains attack for that attack, or he gains attack. Then Tzolk'in, which Tzolk'in is, you can, let me show you how to summon Tzolk'in really quick, and that should be it. If you have this on board, you have to send a tuner monster and a Hieratic monster, which would usually be Sue, to the graveyard that is equal levels, and then you can summon Tzolk'in, and every time you set a card, you can special summon a level 8 dragon synchro monster, which is these 4, which is really nice. So it lets you have versatility with summoning these guys. But that's it, guys. That's it for the entire Hieratic deck. I hope you really enjoyed that. I did. But yeah. Anyways, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And down below we have Dark Armed Alliance. Don't forget to join that. And this is Dark Armed Duelist, and I'm out. See you later, guys.